We're live now, and first of all, I want to apologize for the delay, we had before engaging in this live stream. Like we promised, this is going to be an interesting engagement, right? And kindly use the comment section and start dropping your questions. Thank you to all the people that dropped their questions before now. We appreciate it. So if you've not dropped your question, kindly start dropping your question. Our guest is a veteran in the industry, so you wouldn't want to miss what he's going to share. And I want to encourage you to bring your writing material so that you can absorb everything that is going to be shared in this live stream. It's going to be interesting. And again, on behalf of Camerajoint, we want to say we apologize. We've taken your time. My boss, insisted that we must do everything the way it's supposed to be. That is what we are known here in Camerajoint, people that do things right? So we have to make sure that everything is in order before we start. So thank you so much for your patience and staying with us. So yeah, let's get started. I'm actually very excited. This thing has been in the works for a very long time. And in Camerajoint, we recognize the importance of audio, why you need a good audio as a content creator, to be the best you can be in your industry. So that's why we are doing this segment. And we cannot, not, like we feel privileged to have our guests. I mean, I feel so blessed to be sitting here, to be chatting with him. Sometimes I see him and we chat and I'm like, come on, this is a rare privilege that he's an OG in the industry. When he started doing this thing, maybe I was still wearing Pampers. I was still wearing Pampers. But what's a joy, you know. So what a joy to sorry. Okay, so let us know if the audio is okay. What a joy to have him join us. So everybody, yeah, is the audio fine now? Please confirm if the audio is okay so that we'll get started. Okay, okay.
Okay.
So yeah, we are waiting. Just confirm whether the audio is fine, and also make sure you like the live stream. Kindly share with your friends so that we will get the whole of this thing started. So share the live stream with your colleagues, your friends, invite them to this live stream. So let's get it started. Okay, somebody said audio is repeating. It's fine from my end. Okay,
So
okay.
good.
Bello, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so without wasting our time, I don't even have, like John the Baptist said, I know rich, to tie the shoe of the man that is coming after me, right? So, but I will just give a little of his bio that I know. He's been in the industry. He's a music producer and a songwriter. He has written one of the best songs out there, in the Nigerian gospel industry, music scene that we are playing for so many years. I mean, the year I heard this song, boss, I was here in Papa. So, I mean, we are so blessed to have him. And he has done so many amazing works that is speaking. If you go online and type, I asked ChatGPT for your bio.
Did you ring it out?
Yeah. I asked ChatGPT for your bio. ChatGPT was telling me you have over 20 years experience in the music industry.
Can you imagine?
So, and seriously, so when he comes and you see him, just go and ask ChatGPT, and you will see the same thing that I'm telling you. But it's an amazing talk that we are going to have, and thank you everyone. Thank you everyone. So let's get started, boss. Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Good to have you. It's going to be it's going to be fun. It's going to be
With
fun.
you, I think this is
Yeah, it's
usually
going to
going to
be
be
fun.
fun. It's
Boss,
going
you
to be
have
fun.
you have like calmed my heart. I mean, the stress that I had running around setting this thing, even mentally, right? The fact that
Yeah.
I was going to bring you on set mentally was giving me a kind of stress. Last night I slept until this morning, like, and when I got to work, everything was like, okay. That was when I got a lot of peace, a little peace to push
But
through.
we see regularly
Boss,
now.
calm down. It's not like that. It's not like that. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, people, thank you, thank you. So this is Mr. Flo Rocka, and come on, come on. Who doesn't know him in the music industry in Nigeria, in the music scene? I'm so blessed. I can't keep repeating that, but I'm so blessed to have him. So, boss, welcome, and let's get into today discussion. I'm going to be asking you some hard
Yeah.
some hard. We are going to be having some hard conversations,
So
right?
help me God.
Because why I think is very important is that most people that are going into the content creation space, they don't have a lot of coaching, like a lot of mentoring to go into that. So it's the in thing. So we just go into it.
Yes,
And
yes,
along the
yes.
line, we are now finding out that we're not trying to figure things out on our own. And most times, because the Nigerian factor is happening, somebody need to feed himself, feed his family. You will not have
Before they
time to
can
go and start.
feed this content.
They will not have time to go and now do
Yeah.
the studies, like, do or pay for courses now. That time will not be there again, because we just want to be making money, and then the learning curve, we've missed it, right? So this is the one of the reasons why this live stream exists, so that
Okay.
we will be able to educate people, on these things. And the fact that the music, the podcast scene, audio scene, it has grown over the years.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a time, 2020, I think 2019, 2020, there was one Anchor app that came out that you can do podcasts from your phone.
Yes. Yes.
Spotify bought them.
Yes. Yes.
So it's now integrated in Spotify. And then now YouTube has YouTube podcast. So you can turn a YouTube video to a podcast.
Yeah, into a podcast.
Which shows that the podcast scene is growing a lot. So this is one of the reasons why this conversation is very important.
Okay.
So I want to, first of all, beg you to introduce yourself to the audience. Because you don't need introduction, boss. Please help us.
Okay, so my name is Nathan Flo Rocka, and I've been into the audio production sound for at least over 35 years. Now, I didn't start out that way actually. I'm actually a lawyer. I read law. A lot of people don't believe that I actually read law. I read law, but before law, I read psychoanalytical conveyancing, which is sort of like psychology. So I did a bit of that. My first choice was English, but my mom insisted I do law. So, of course, I got myself involved in law, and it grew over time. When I was done with the law, I still wanted to get into entertainment. So I got into the music industry. I was there for a long time. I mean, I produced a lot of people, from Nigerian artists to foreign artists. I worked with the likes of Shalama, Midnight Crew, Samuel Poso, House on the Rock, Trem. But I worked with quite a number of, at least under my belt, I have quite a number of people that I've worked with home and abroad. But, the thing with artistry is it's very wide.
Yeah.
So I've gotten myself involved in a lot of other things. I'm into photography. I'm into cinematography. In fact, what I did was, I remember when I got married, I told my wife, I said, look, I think I want to take my cinematography to the next level, because it's one thing to watch YouTube videos. It's another thing for you to actually have the core knowledge. So I wanted to be taught. I didn't want to just keep reading. Now, the thing is, you can go on YouTube and read, but at some point, you need a hands-on person.
Yeah.
Someone who has been in the industry for a long time. Not necessarily someone who is famous, because a lot of times knowledge may not follow fame. That someone is famous doesn't mean they have a bank of knowledge. So I was under the tutelage of Werner Herzog. He's old in the movie industry. And I'll never forget the first thing he said in my cinematography class. I mean, I went to the UK to go and study. And he said, a lot of people who create videos, they are usually looking outside. They don't look inside. He said the things you need are usually around you. First, that the best cinematographers always look for content around themselves first, not outside of them. So, I mean, I learned a lot of life lessons. I came back to Nigeria and I just hit the ground running. Now, the strength of, fortunately for me, the strength of video is audio.
Exactly.
And because I've been in the audio industry for a long time, it made transitioning into cinematography very easy for me. So knowledge is indispensable. And the thing with knowledge is what you need in audio, you may not get only in audio. You can get in other places. The point is, if you do not pay attention to detail, you will not do well in whatever it is that you do. I always believe that.
Paying attention to detail.
Yes, paying attention to it's the bane of, I mean, people who work with me, they believe let me use the Nigerian parlance, you own too much. Now, that you own too much, they don't understand that if you want to be a global citizen, you must have a global way of thinking. You cannot want to present global content with a local mindset. It's just not going to work. So I had to groom myself as a global citizen, not just as a Nigerian, but as a global citizen.
Yeah.
And what do I mean by that? Music is global. Music is not Nigerian. Music is global. Cinematography, videos are global. I mean, most of the movies we watch, imagine you pay to go to cinema to go and watch a movie and the movie is just crap. You know, you will complain. Why? Because you paid. So there's a certain level of excellence you expect because money is exchanging hands. So truth be told is, if you want to be a content creator, either video or audio, attention to detail is one which I find it difficult to work with people who don't pay attention. I don't care how popular you are. If you don't pay attention to detail, I will work with you. I've had the privilege of working with great stars, the likes of Timbaland, Babyface. These are guys who are gurus in the industry.
Yeah.
And one thing they do not play with, nothing passes by chance. Everything that passes by them is deliberate. So as a content creator, don't say, well, I beg, guy. Well, look, I beg. No, my father started this thing, man. I'm not going to kill myself. Somebody's saying we should increase the level of the audio. Well, okay, I think it sounds good from here though.
Okay.
You know, so you cannot have that, I beg, I'm not going to kill myself mentality. Not be my papa get them. You can't. Because some people are praying to expand. Prayer does not expand you. It is skill that expands you.
This is deep. Boss, hold on, I beg. Let me hold on. Please confirm that the audio is now okay. And I want to ask, are you guys taking notes? Are you actually taking notes of?
Don't mind me. See, that's part of what I'm saying.
Perfection. People, perfection. Please, are you taking notes? I mean, I want to make sure that we are not, there is nothing.
Yeah, there's no lag.
That's missing from what we are. So please, if you get any point from what he's saying, don't hesitate to acknowledge it in the comment section. Number one, what we are doing is we are going to encourage other people, and even after this live stream, it's going to be there for people to see, right? Watch. Your engagement. And if you look at the chart, you see that YouTube is rating our most engaging
you
understand
post.
So post. So if you look at, you see there's number 1, there's number 2, and there's number 3. So if you want to be our number 1, you you have to be engaging. Maybe at the end of the whole thing, we might actually get across to
you. So everyone's confirming that okay, good. See, some people are already they are listening. Princess Amarachi says skill expands. They're actually chatting.
Okay, yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. So yeah, and let's get into it, boss. So I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
What makes a really good audio? When you say audio is good.
Audio is good. Okay.
What makes it, and why is it that a lot of newbies, beginners miss it?
Okay. So what makes good audio is very simple.
Yep.
I'll use you as my guinea pig, right?
Please don't butcher me. We are we are in
No,
front of
I want to do it in such a way that even you are able to understand.
Okay. No, that's
Now,
better.
when you go to a concert, right?
Hmm.
You listen to music now.
Sure.
I mean, you wear headphones, you
Yes.
listen to music a lot, right? Now, I can tell you that there are a lot of things you know that you are not, because you're not paying attention to detail, you are losing out on them. Let me explain. When you see someone singing, like a lead singer, for example, on the stage, right? Where do they stay? Is the lead singer on the left-hand side or the right-hand side, at the back or in front?
Is in front, in the middle,
Where's the rest of the band?
at the back.
At the back. Good. Now, when you're listening to audio, maybe it's music, for example, you must make sure that the lead singer's voice is the one loudest. Now, in church, if you see the lead singer at the back, you're going to be wondering why is she at the back? It's not normal to you.
Yeah.
Where's the drummer? Where's the drummer usually placed? Is the drummer always in front, or is the drummer always next to the lead singer?
No.
Where's the drummer?
Sometimes in a caged, a kind of they'll build a
Good,
box
but where?
at the back.
Good. So drums are supposed to be the bane of the sound. They're supposed to be at the back, not in front. So your ears and your brain are accustomed to how it's supposed to be. So the question you asked, to narrow it down, what is good audio? When I'm listening to you talk, when you record yourself and I listen, what I hear naturally is what I must hear in the recording. Meaning your bass is not supposed to be too much. As you're talking to me now, as I'm speaking to you, are you hearing me say, is this sounding?
No, not.
Am I sounding low? I'm not, right?
Yeah, not.
So natural sounding tone, everybody's used to it. So when I'm listening to a podcast, I expect the audio to sound the way the person would have sounded naturally. But when I'm hearing things that are not natural, first my ear knows something is wrong. Once my ear knows, it sends a message to my brain that this thing is false. So I just step back. I always say, try watching a film or a movie, right? Yeah. Mute the sound. I give you won't stay up to 30 minutes. Why? Because the strength of any visual is sound. Imagine I'm talking to you and I'm angry and I'm doing this. Do you know I'm saying something serious? What? It has no effect.
Yeah.
Because you're not hearing it. Now imagine me yabbing you and I'm like, Victor, I honestly think that I don't think you are wise. I think there are someone that doesn't really have sense. You know, you think like person don't get brain. You know, as I'm saying, you're not feeling it.
Yeah.
Compared to me saying, you know, you know that passion is what makes you believe me.
Exactly.
Not the words. It's how I say it. Not what I say. It's how I say it. Now, it's the same thing with audio. Anyone listen? Why did they say audio is low? Why were people complaining audio is low? Because first they are streaming. We are using microphones. So it doesn't make sense. You're using a microphone and they can hear.
Exactly.
So good audio is how it should sound.
Good audio is good audio.
It's that simple. So if I'm recording a chicken, it shouldn't sound like a dog. If I'm recording a woman, by the time you're playing it back, it should not sound like a man. I shouldn't treat it in a way that it changes the characteristics of the sound itself. So good audio is good audio, right?
So why now do
creators, right?
Creators, especially beginners, miss this?
Because it's like the question you're asking is like someone who didn't go to primary school, they can't calculate.
Deep is
you know, there's a level.
Guys, this is deep.
There's a level of knowledge you must have to excel at anything. Now, the knowledge you need in audio you must get it from audio. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
You want to be a content creator. You must have content. So it's not just about your videos. You know, people always ask me, why your videos so clean? Every time I post, I mean, whatever I'm posting has nothing to do with sound. They keep commenting about the video and the audio. Why? Because first they are commenting, they are not used to that. Then they acknowledge the fact that this thing is sounding the way it ought to. So if it's video, let it look like it's the way it's supposed to look.
Yeah.
If it's audio, so the reason why our people are struggling right now is because they don't have the knowledge. The knowledge is what we need, but our people want money. They don't want knowledge. Not knowing, if you remove knowledge, on that knowledge is money. So what we need to understand first and foremost is we need the knowledge. Don't despise the knowledge. A lot of people don't know that I started doing product reviews less than
a year ago.
Less than a year ago. They say, but yeah, you are doing it like...
Boss, sorry. Let me blow your trumpet small. So if you don't know, if you go on YouTube right now and search The Product Village, you are going to see amazing content. And let me just tell you something. Just pick one video, go to the comment section. And that's where my next question is going to come from. Why is it that your audio sound good and I'm using the same mic? And it's not and it's not sounding the same way.
I know.
Why? So that is the question right now.
It's about how you treat your audio. Look, why is it that we have Booker and we have restaurants? They're selling almost the same thing. It's how it's presented. You go to a Booker, you eat rice. I take you to a Chinese restaurant, you eat rice. It's different. So, truth be told is, if you are, collating audio for just your family members, it's fine. But as long as it's going to leave you and go global, what you must ask yourself is, what is the global standard for sound? Don't look at your Nigerian influencers. No, don't look at your Nigerian audio people. Globally. When you watch a movie, why do you keep going back to watch the movie? It's not just the story. It's also the sound. So the reason why my audio sounds that way is not just because I know guys who've been in the industry as long as I am, and their audio is whack.
Even before you.
Yes, and the audio is whack. It's knowing what audio is. If I show you, if I ask you, what's this?
This is a phone.
Good. Now, what did you call it?
A phone.
Good. Now, that's general knowledge.
Yeah, general knowledge.
This is an iPhone. Right?
Yes.
Now, in terms of specifics, you just named it generally, but it is an iPhone.
Yeah.
So there is sound and there is sound.
With an out. with a dildo.
And truth be told is, a lot of people think you need to have a lot to make good sound. No, you don't. The basics of sound is tone and timbre. That's all. Timbre. Tone and timbre. That's what makes up sound, right? When you want to treat sound, there are different ways of treating sound. Now, there are dedicated softwares that can treat sound. If you are not using, because the quality of what you also use, let's make a typical example, right? If I say you and I, let's go to Victoria Island right now, I will enter Kurope. And we go to Victoria Island. We will get to Victoria Island.
Sure, all of us will get there.
Now, if I now place you, if I say, okay, let's go in a Range Rover. Do you think there'll be any difference between how you enjoy the journey using the Kurope and the Range Rover?
Sure.
What would be the difference?
The convenience.
Right? So it's the how.
Yeah.
So not just any software can treat audio properly. Take, for example, why are we not using any kind how, right in front of everybody right here, they can tell that we're using Rode.
Yes.
These are Rode mics. This is a Rode pod mic. That's a Rodecaster video.
Video, yeah.
Why are we using quality? In fact, right in front of us is also a Rode headphone. Why are we using quality sound? Because what we have is quality information. So if you don't value your content, do rubbish. People think it's about promoting your video. As of today, people have less than 15 seconds to consume your content. If I don't like it, I move forward. So if the sound is bad and the information is great, I will not listen. Most times, it's the sound that hits you first. So you hear the sound like, whoa, okay. Now, if your content is not compelling, it's over. But if your audio is whack, nobody's interested. I mean, it's like watching a horror movie without sound. It's no longer a horror movie. What makes it horror is the sound. All those little sound effects. That's what gives it the strength. So,
and boss, I have seen. Sorry for cutting you.
No,
I have seen
that's
like right. A footage like that was given to different people. The same footage cut the same way, and they were supposed to do sound design.
Okay, sound design on each one.
And you see the interpretation of sound, how people are interpreting sound. One footage for
several people.
But when they return, come and see, somebody can decide, oh, let me interpret this thing like horror. You understand? Scene. Let me interpret this one as. So that means without good sound, a horror, like you can crack a joke, and you saw those sitcoms when you do something, they will laugh, ha, 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 and then you laugh. Most time we laugh because there's a laugh sound.
Yes.
It's not because that thing is funny.
Funny per se. True.
So because it's a lot of value that
I mean, the quality of your audio is the quality of your knowledge. So if your audio is whack, your knowledge is whack. You see, you think buying equipment transforms your sound. If you don't have knowledge, your equipment does not have knowledge. Your equipment is supposed to serve you. You are the one to run it.
Wow.
I remember once I was speaking with, the guys downstairs, and they were like, why is your sound always like this? So for a while, I had to treat my audio on my laptop. And it sounded the same way. Like, I don't understand. What? Wait, some people felt, okay, maybe it's because it's in my studio. I have all those gadgets. But I'm recording on my laptop, and it sounds the same way. So they're like, it's the knowledge. So if you want, some people, what they need to take their content creation to the next level is knowledge.
Yeah.
Not sponsored ads. Because if you sponsor something that is whack, nobody's going to be interested. We always think, especially as Nigerians, we think money can solve the problem.
A lot of things.
Sometimes it's knowledge that will solve the problem.
Or even software. Somebody will say, let's just take it, Photoshop. We'll Photoshop
I know people, I use a lot of plugins when I edit. There's only one major company I use on this planet. They're called Waves. They have, those guys understand the science of sound. Now, with Waves, you can treat anything. Now, Waves is expensive, but they've now created, what they used to have was bundles, meaning you can treat anything in the world. But they start realizing that a lot of people cannot afford $8,000, $6,000. So they started breaking it down. They started creating subscriptions, and then they started bringing the prices down. So instead of them giving you over 200 plugins, they'll give you 10. There's one they call Content Creators Bundle. You go, you buy it, and it's not expensive, like $200. Watch the tutorials that follow, how you treat your sound well. But this thing of we just want to get it done
immediately,
sharply. We don't want to pay. Now, the thing with content creation is, whoever is into content creation needs to understand that there is one point of your hard work people are not going to see. People do not see your process.
Yeah.
Most of the videos we post, you watch it in 3 minutes. Sometimes it takes 9 hours. Now, it's enough for you to say, I beg, whoa. If they don't like it, I'm not going to kill myself. Why? Because they are not seeing the process. So they are not valuing it. That's why if you spend time doing rubbish, 9 hours doing rubbish, you come and you play, they don't appreciate it. Of course, you're paying you more. So if we want to improve on our sound, find out what do I need to work on. Now, if the source is bad, there is no magic.
Somebody should please. Somebody should write this one down. Okay, guys. I still have my boss here, and I have a lot of questions that I've, myself written down to ask him. But I will encourage you to start dropping your questions. I'm seeing from the comment section, Mr. Henessa saying, "Are we speaking solely on the audio being recorded while shooting, or otherwise, or the overall audio of your video, including sound design?" We are speaking on the overall audio.
Yes, recording, pre and post production.
Pre and post production. So, and we will talk about equipment. So we are giving you an opportunity to send in your own questions. So start sending in your questions. Yeah.
I like what this Mr. Is it Henessa?
Henessa, yes.
Henessa, he said audio was okay. Kindly ensure your phone's volume is high enough before referring to the stream, so the stream doesn't push from their end and end up clipping the audio. Now, you see, I can tell this is someone who pays attention to detail. He's realized that the problem may not be the stream, it may be your phone.
Yeah.
You see, so this is a typical example of what I'm saying. Right?
Yes.
Now, the next person, Princess Samarati, said if the sound is bad, there's no magic. Yes. So if your recording is already bad, there is no miracle. It cannot. It's garbage in, garbage out. So if the quality of the equipment that you're using to record, if your sound is good, but you're using poor quality equipment to record, there is no magic.
Boss, let me ask you now that we are here. Let's talk about a bit about this equipment.
Okay.
Because you and I know that equipments are becoming easily accessible.
Yes.
You understand? Yes. Okay, there was a video you did last week on Instagram. You lined up 5 mics.
Yes.
Some of those mics were very cheap and they were high-end mics. So let me ask you, are expensive microphones really worth the hype? Or can smart technique beat pricey gear?
So what do they mean by smart technique? Is the person trying to say cheaper? Because truth be told is that it is expensive doesn't necessarily mean you can handle it.
That one is deeper now. I was looking for air.
Because yes, expensive gear is good. But if you can't look, when people are listening to your sound, they are not listening to the brand. They are listening to the sound of the brand.
Exactly.
So if I'm using a $5,000 mic, when I'm talking to you, you're not watching or listening to me because it's a $5,000 mic. You are listening to the quality of what I'm saying. So I can have a $5,000 mic. I'll be talking rubbish. And the audio is bad. Now, I think what the person meant to say was, must an audio interface or microphone be expensive before it can sound good? No.
Okay.
This is a Rode Pod mic. I can give you 5 alternatives to this particular mic that will do a great job. But you see, you need to understand that when it comes to audio, there are people we call audio enthusiasts. People who love audio. And then we now have professionals who go beyond, I want a sound, but there is a sound they are looking for. So if you're going to get an expensive equipment, I want to presume there is something in particular
you are trying to.
Yes. For example, the difference between the Rode Pod mic and the FIFA AM8 is the timbre of the sound, is the texture. If your crowd doesn't care about texture, why are you bothering yourself paying so much for something your niche? So you need to understand your niche. You need to understand your target audience. If all you're selling is clothes, then listen, what the focus is clothes, not sound. So don't go and buy something expensive. Why? They will not focus on it. But if what you are doing is a podcast, now you are talking business. the quality of your audio must match the global quality of podcast today.
Yeah.
So must you use expensive equipment? No. If I had my choice of what to record with, there are certain mics I will not use. So for example, I'm on the main road, right? I will not have access to a road pod mic. I want to quickly record something on the road. It would be funny if I grab the microphone and I'm saying, so right now, guys, I'm outside. You know when people are looking at you, they're like, the guy in the main road, he's using a pod mic on the stand. It doesn't make sense now. Bros, why don't you just use one of those mics? So now lavalier mics are all over the place. Accessible. Usually what I would advise people to do is, before you buy audio, speak to a professional, not an audio enthusiast. An audio enthusiast is someone that has used mics for a long time, but is not a professional. A pro is someone who understands the product. You understand?
Is someone who understands the pro of dot.
Yes, the pro of the dot. So I usually, and that's why I notice at Camerajoint, if I see someone buying something, I watch them. I can tell when they don't know what to buy. So I get close and I start, helping out. I say, okay, what exactly are you looking for? Oh, I want a very good sounding mic. Well, you want a good sounding mic. What do you want to use it for? They're like, it's just, I just have this, I talk a lot, so I just want to use it to talk. What's the quality of your talk? Are you saying something serious? Oh, yes. I'm talking about life decisions. And I'll say, good. So if your topic is serious, it may make sense if you actually use quality equipment to record it. Because I think another thing a lot of people do not think of is your audio will outlive you.
Wow, this is deep.
So if 5 years from today, they go back and listen, the quality of audio you recorded then, would this still stand the test of time? Now, except the information you are giving out is useless. I'd rather put out a good sound. Because truth be told is, people will also not just get the knowledge, they'll also enjoy what it is that you're doing. So I can't overstress the issue of getting the right gear, but above all, getting the knowledge for the gear. So if you want to buy, I always tell people they have access to me. This is the good thing about this kind of podcast. I'm telling everybody publicly now, if you have a problem with your audio, come to Camerajoint and explain it to me, and I will show you what to do. Because the truth be told is, audio is the bane of the existence of everything we do today. If you look at adverts, the strength of adverts, I want you to watch an advert without sound. Do you know at the end of the day, it is the sound that is compelling. You're watching a Coca-Cola advert. They are not saying anything. They are just pouring the Coke and you're hearing, and the person drinking their him. Do you know it's the sound that is making you feel what they're doing? So you don't underestimate the power of good sound. No, don't.
But so let me ask you another question, right?
Yeah.
So now we're talking about audio gears, right? So I want to ask, I have a question down here.
I think we also have some people asking questions on YouTube likewise.
We'll take them later.
Okay.
So I want to say, so what's your take on audio interfaces? So you know that we have this plug and play.
Yes.
USB Type-C.
Yes.
Now to this thing. And then now we have audio interface.
Yes.
What's your take on that? Can that USB Type-C stuff produce quality industry standards?
Quality industry standard
audio that can leave the person.
So you're talking about microphones that use USB.
USB that you can connect directly to your phone and start recording, and this audio interface, like you have.
Yes. So are you talking about people who we call them run and gun, meaning you record and post, you don't record and edit?
Okay, what if you have the Type-C but you record for edit?
That you can still get industry standard audio. A very good, perfect example are Rode microphones. Now, this is not, I'm not saying this because we are using Rode, but I've looked at a lot of equipment. Rode has, we have the Rode pod mic, for example. Oh my goodness. I think at some point, can you let me get a Rode pod mic, please? So everybody sees what it looks like. Rode created certain apps for the microphone to sound good. So if you're using Rode mics, you have access to the Unify app. You have the Rode Central. You have the Rode Reporter. Now, what those applications do is they enhance the quality of the audio. So the pod mic, for example, you can connect to your phone directly. If you already hear what's coming out, you're already tripping. Now, when you record it, I always tell people there are two ways to record. You can either record and post or record and treat. Do know that you will never, ever be able to contend with someone who does post-production. Why? Post-production, they will look at the errors and treat the errors. So take, for example, you are recording and there's a bit of noise, right? There's a bit of noise in your environment and you post it. You cannot compare that to someone who recorded in a noisy environment. And of course, it doesn't make sense. But there are sometimes you can't help the environment. You can't compare yourself to someone who later took that audio and treated it. It's not going to be the same. So as much as people want to run and gun, look at the longevity of your content. Do you want people to go back? Because when things improve, people tend not to go back to things that, why do they call them old school? They don't meet up to the standard of today. So are you, okay, good. Let me frame it this way. Are you recording in the best way possible? Or are you just recording?
Best way possible.
Yes. Is this the best way to record using your equipment?
So that means you can record with your
thank you very much.
You can record with type C.
No, I need the pod mic USB. Yeah, thank you.
So that means you can record with, okay.
This, for example, this is what we're using, right? Yeah, so this is what we're using. This is the Rode pod mic. It does a fantastic job, but it only uses XLR. So meaning you can only, record using XLR. But there's another one they have called the pod mic USB. Oh boy, that mic is a mic. That mic is a mic.
So they will bring the pod mic USB so that we can show you the pod mic USB. And any product we are actually mentioning here, you can check our store. You see the products. You can always chat us up on Instagram. So, boss, back to I will ask this question. Mr. Hanessa is giving us some.
Yeah, there even Princess Amarachi and Bello. They also,
So let me ask this question. My line of thought is kind of because of this. Okay. Let me ask what Mr. Hanessa is saying. You understand? Because you are the best person to talk about 32-bit float. Mr. Hanessa, this is your man. Hold him. So Mr. Hanessa said, what is your take on wireless?
Skipping into that. There are two questions before that too.
Okay, let me take this.
There's Bello Abayomi.
Let me take Mr. Hanessa.
Aha, guys, they brought it in. This is what I'm talking about. Oh, and this is white. This woman is a temptress. Look at that. So this is the Rode pod mic USB. I mean, honestly speaking, if you are serious about content creation and you record on your phone, right? I would advise anybody to go for this. I mean, the quality, you see, you have another microphone called the Shure SM7B.
Yeah.
That's what everybody is crazy about.
That's like a high
end. Now that Shure SM7B is about $450. This is like $199. This will meet that one and knock it off. It's how you treat your audio. You understand?
Yeah.
But like I said, the quality of what you used to record also, it matters.
Well, I don't have any say. If there's anybody to ask about audio,
okay, so do you want to start with Bello?
No, let me finish, Mr. Hanessa. 32-bit float.
Okay.
So he said, what is your take on wireless microphones with 32-bit float? Can wireless microphones actually produce accurate 32-bit float audio?
Yes, they can. Now, let me first explain for those who don't understand what 32-bit float means. Now, in recording, you have 16-bit, you have 24-bit, and you have 32-bit. Now, the beats are just like ways of, I'm trying to break it down in a simple way. There is the quality of the audio. Now, 16 bits is usually what you find on CDs. On CDs, you see, if you extract an audio from a CD, it's usually 44.100 kilohertz. Some people call it 44,100 hertz. Now, usually it's 16 bits. The difference between 16, 24, and 32, the higher the bit rate goes, the better the quality. But when it comes to 32 bits, it's different. With 32-bit float, when you record and there's distortion by mistake, maybe you were speaking and then you spoke too loud or you laughed, ha, 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 you know, and the audio clipped. With 16-bit and 24-bit, it's over. There is nothing you can do. Garbage in, garbage out. The advantage with 32-bit float is that once you reduce it, it brings back the fidelity of the audio. It's almost AI technology. Once you drop the volume, your distortion goes away. The highest volume in audio is 0. So if you record and you hit, usually I advise people, you are going to record on anything, mobile phone. You know, the mistake some people also do with mobile phones is they don't check the levels. They just, I can hear myself and it's fine. The highest volume we have in audio is 0. So if you're going to record your audio, it's usually advisable that you record and make sure that your level is between, you know, -6 and -8. Why? At least you are sure it's not clipping. For those who do post-production, those who take their audio and do post-production, they know that the audio must not go above -6 dB. Why? In audio production, in finishing your audio, there's something called mastering. Mastering is where you actually deal with the overall tone and volume of your sound. So if you are going, post-production is the production of the sound, the mixing of the sound, and the mastering of the sound. The mastering of the sound is making sure that it's not too loud, it's not too low, and then it sounds the way it's supposed to. So, I mean, to answer your question, are there microphones that can produce accurate 32-bit float? Yes, there definitely are microphones that can produce 32-bit float accurately. I mean, we have microphones like I'm trying to remember one now.
The Rode Wireless. There's this.
Yes, the Rode Wireless Pro.
Yes, Wireless Pro.
Records 32-bit floats perfectly well. I mean, I've used it at different times. It does a fantastic job when it comes to recording. And there are tons of audio you know, recorders like that that do a good job with 32-bit float. But like I always say, don't buy 32-bit float if you are not going to float. It just doesn't make sense.
You will not maximize
you will not maximize it. So look at, as much as you want good sound, look at what you're using it for. Let that define what you buy. You know?
That's deep. So let me ask you, Abayomi said, I'm an event cinematographer torn between Zoom H4n Pro and H4n Essential. What should I consider when choosing a sound recorder?
Okay, so when you want to get yourself a sound recorder, what you're going to ask yourself is, where am I recording? Are you, okay, so you already said he's an event.
Yes.
So meaning you're going to have to carry it around, right? I want to presume you are miking, and Bello, please let me know if, you know, if I'm able to answer your question well. Are you miking the bride and the groom, or you just want ambient audio? Because when you say you're an event cinematographer, I'm thinking, are you going to be asking people questions? How, I mean, I want you to be a bit more specific so I can give you a specific answer. You know.
Okay, so Bello, you heard him, so just just modify your question
Yeah, so
properly and
yeah,
send us.
just rephrase it again.
Firstly, I wanted to ask Mr. Hanessa, I hope we answered your question correctly. Please confirm that we answered your question correctly. And to all the people that are watching, please make sure you like this video. There is a like, thumbs up button. Please give us a thumbs up button. It will help, push this video to a lot of people that are not watching right now. We are giving a lot of values. I mean, people need to see this video. So yeah, this is so Princess
Amarachi.
Amarachi. It wasn't really a question. It said this question may not be audio specific. Okay, it's question. It said for someone starting out in content creation with not so much resources, how do they balance not allowing perfection to stop them while investing in quality?
This is a very, very good question. So basically what she's saying is, how do you do great content creation without breaking the bank?
Mm.
Very, very good question. There are cheaper alternatives to content creation equipment. The question I'll ask you is, are you doing talking heads, or you are doing product reviews, or you have specific products that you are involved in? One of the microphones I really like, one of my favorite, is the DJI Mic Mini. Please, I wouldn't mind if you could help me get one. The DJI Mic Mini is pretty good. It's not 32-bit float, but does a fantastic job. You can regulate the levels yourself. And if you are going to record, I beg you, try and listen to what you are recording. Don't use your eye to look at the levels and think the level is okay. If the levels won't tell you interference. You are seeing green and it's going, but it's not telling you there's noise coming into your recording. So there are affordable options out there. For example, if what you're doing is talking heads, there's a company called H4n. They make fantastic, H4n does fantastic microphones. You have the AM8, you have the K688 also. There's also one, I reviewed it recently. It's black. I'm trying to remember.
Is it, I cannot even.
I can't remember. If I probably look through, I'll probably see it. But H4n has very good microphones, affordable microphones that will get the job done. And usually I will advise you, if you are starting out, now Amarachi, this is for you. If you are starting out and you want to buy an audio equipment, always think of something you can use internally and externally. Think of something you can use indoors and outdoors. Don't just buy indoors only. You may want to record outside, and the equipment you bought will not do a good job outside. So, for example, another good microphone is the Comica VM40. That microphone can be used outside or inside. It has a fantastic wind. Man, I think we're going to be showing people a lot of products today. Yes, I would want to likewise. Because, I don't just want to say it.
Yeah.
I want to show you the microphone. That microphone is one of those microphones that you can use for street trivia.
Yeah.
But the audio, gosh. I always knew Comica, but I didn't know they had such quality audio. And the microphone is not really so expensive like that. So there are cheaper alternatives. They're going to bring one. Now, remember when I was telling you about the DJI Mic Mini? This is what it looks like. Now, with this microphone, you can connect it, you can wear it, and then connect it to your phone. And it has to be Type-C though, because they don't have for iPhones. So you have to connect it to your phone, and then you can regulate the volume itself. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Now, this is that Comica VM40, which I was speaking. Angie, God bless you. You're the best. This is the Comica VM40 I'm talking about. Now, I'm sure you're looking at it and you're saying, it looks like a shotgun mic that they use. Hey, what you can do with this thing? It has a windshield that you can wear on it. In fact, it has two windshields. One is a dead cat. The other one is like a normal phone.
Shit.
You can actually use it indoors. All you just need is this small stand. I think we have one downstairs.
Yeah.
This small stand, place it on top and speak. All people want to hear is your sound. If your sound is good, let me tell you what happens. When your sound is good, people are tempted to ask you. In fact, most content creators today, if you look in the description of their videos, they write down the equipment they use.
Exactly.
So if you use a good sounding mic, people want to go to your description and say, okay, what mic did she use? Is that what it's called? I'm going to buy it. You know, so your sound won't just help your content creation, you help somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, and when it comes to treating audio, I'm going to give you the cruncher here. In fact, I'm going to do something I've not done before. I'm going to give people an opportunity. If you have audio or you record within the next 1 week, if you record and you record properly, I will treat your sound for free.
Okay, guys.
I'll teach your sound for free.
Have
I don't care the length.
Yes.
Right? When I give it back to you, you will now realize that the person with the problem is not the equipment, it's you. You're the one that doesn't have the knowledge. So also to help out today, I'll be giving out to as many people as possible. I will treat your audio free of charge within the next 1 week. So if you want to record something now, also make sure you're recording it properly. Yeah, don't just record whack sound and say Flo said he's treating the sound for free. No, you know, and if you want to be sure how to treat it properly, if you need more help with your audio, come to Camerajoint.
Yeah.
Because you know, Camerajoint is not just a place where you pick up equipment, it's a place where you learn also. So feel free to come to Camerajoint and ask us questions. I'll put you through for free. Won't charge you on, you know, how to use your equipment well. No, won't. So Amarachi, I hope this helps. Aha, good. So she brought another option, right? So this is the Comica VM40. This is another option. Now this Comica, this is the eJoy D10 Pro.
Sure.
Now with this one, it's USB-C. So all you need to do is connect. You can actually connect your phone to it directly, or it has a USB dongle. And this works for Type-C phones. You can just connect it to your mobile phone, and the audio is just ridiculous. You know, it sounds good. So, well, by the time we're done, this will be filled with microphones. Okay.
So, boss, there's a lot of reactions. People are saying, wow, this 1 week stuff, you're going to have a lot of audio to work on.
Yes, proper recording time. Yes. Please,
so,
yes.
Abayomi actually got back to her. He said, I have issue with ambient sound, so I am looking for an affordable recorder that can connect to a sound mixer and easily sync with my camera audio.
Okay, Bello, I hear you, but you see, I want to know, is it, okay, so you want to, if I get him right, I think he wants to record ambient.
No, I think he will go to event.
Yeah.
He will take the recorder.
Yeah.
And go and plug to the sound mixer and get the sound from there. Then after he will sync it with his.
So that means Bello Abayomi is recording people.
Yes. The whole event.
So Bello, if you are recording people, all you basically need is all you need is something like this. DJI Mic Mini. You can connect this to your microphone. You can connect this to your camera. And you do know that your camera can record audio. So the quality of audio, sometimes what I do is I record into the camera. I'll grab the audio from the camera and I'll go and treat it. But it depends on you now. When you record, do you prefer to treat your audio separate and bring it into
your video?
Either DaVinci or Final Cut Pro or Premiere Pro. Or do you want to treat it in Premiere Pro? So Bello, let me know which option you prefer. Then I'll be able to tell you which one to go for. But if you always record on your camera, then you can easily edit it in post. Just make sure that you are able to monitor it. I hope that helps.
Yeah, guys. So if you're in Lagos and you can come in within the next 1 week, right?
Yes.
And bring your audio.
Yes. Anywhere in Nigeria, anywhere you are.
Anywhere in Nigeria. Okay, you can send in your audio. You have time to maybe have another 5 minutes chat with him. I will not allow you to pass 5 minutes. If you pass 5 minutes, they will pay. So yeah,
alrighty.
This is a lot. And Hanessa Mr. Hanessa asks another question. How
Okay.
do you recommend capturing? Okay, first of all, he said thank you for your response. He
Okay.
said you actually did when we asked whether we answered this question properly.
Okay.
He said yes,
Okay.
you did, and he said would love to meet you. A lot to learn from you, sir. The float statement was deep.
If you want to
Yeah,
meet me, just come to Camerajoint and
yeah,
you have access to me for a while.
yeah. Okay, so and his second question is, how do you recommend capturing high quality audio in challenging outdoor environments,
Okay.
especially during live shoot? Boss, sorry, before you answer, if you go to the channel, there is a video you did podcasting outdoors. Mr.
Yes, yes, yes,
Hanessa,
yes,
there
yes,
is a
yes.
long video that was done. He did podcasting outdoors, and one of the things that I was just imagining that we didn't do is a good BTS for that video,
Mm.
so that
I think for the sake of everyone,
yeah,
Victor, I think you and I should do something like that.
okay,
We can actually have a podcast, a serious podcast outside,
outdoor, yeah,
and then actually film the BTS. So people see exactly how we set up,
okay,
how we are recording, and we'll also give them the privilege of seeing how we treat the sound.
sound, yes,
So they get to see, oh, this is the entire
process.
Yeah, I think we'll take that into consideration.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's guys, thumbs up if you want this thing to happen. Just let us know in the comment section. So he's saying, how do you record good audio in a challenging outdoor environment?
Okay, so when you say challenging, I want to presume that means there's a lot of noise.
Exactly.
So if you're going to be dealing with a lot of noise, you need a quality microphone that will be able to handle that. For that, I would advise you go for, that means now you need a microphone that can do more than just record. I would advise you to go for the Rode Wireless Pro. Now, I'm recommending it because they are the ones I have tried, and I realized that they do a fantastic job. With the Rode Wireless Pro, even if there's so much noise, as long as it's close to your source, you can easily isolate the sound in post-production. It's called noise cancellation. Now, the problem with some noise cancellation on some microphones is that they do too much. So it's all, because also if you over clean the sound, it changes the characteristics of the sound in itself. So the easiest way to deal with bad sound at an event is to first and foremost check the level of your recording. Most times the problem comes from your source. Where is your microphone? If you want to interview someone, I would advise you use this. If it's an interview, you can use this because it can isolate the sound. Just point it to the individual. No matter the noise going on, it's only going to focus
on the person.
You can either get that, but if you like when people a lapel, then you get this one. Why? Because you can regulate it. I mean, like I said, please do not record and not be listening to your audio. Like I said, it may be green, it's not clipping, but that is green doesn't mean there's no noise coming in.
Exactly.
So don't just presume, okay,
I'm
it's
seeing
clean.
They
see the level. But truth be told is, they see the level, but they hear the sound.
Yeah.
So always use good headphones. Please do not use earphones, they don't work. There's a new microphone, but I think it's Holyland LAC Max 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that microphone, once we have it installed, we'll let you know. That I think that's going to be a major game changer. Why? Because it comes with monitoring.
Yes, I've seen.
Yeah, so you can actually wear it, and whatever the person is saying, you can tell if it's clipping or not. Because the bad thing with sound at an event is if there's a speaker and it's clipping, you can't run there and go, sorry, sir, I want to reduce the volume.
Yeah, exactly.
No. So you need to have set it in such a way that when the person is speaking, you're not running back there. So that means you're thinking post-production. I mean, if you're doing weddings or you're doing event cinematography, you have to do post-production. You can't just take that sound and let it go. No, it's not going to work.
Your sound is not like Photoshop. Like God do generative
feel. No, you can't. That's
oh my God. Okay, guys. Please let's put in the comment. Thank you, Mr. Flo Rocka. I mean, we are really. I'm blessed. Actually, I'm blessed to be sitting
That's
here,
cool. That's
be
cool.
getting this thing. So, boss, I have a question, right?
Okay.
When do you know when audio is done? If you're cooking rice,
I love
you go test her, you go test her.
I love doing that. I was going to use that example. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
You go test her. Say,
Mhm.
make her put small water.
Eh-heh.
How do you know when an audio is done?
Kai,
It's done to be delivered.
this question you're asking, sir, these are questions that we are taught in audio engineering school because I actually studied in SA Institute, Caledonia Road in the UK. It's like one of the best sound schools in the world. This was one major question someone asked. He said, how can I know when I'm done with this audio? When
There's nothing
there
else
is nothing more to do. What is the purpose of that sound? Has it achieved it? You are done. So let me put that into context. You are recording a podcast. How do I know if I've treated the podcast well? Put yourself in the ear or put yourself in the position of a listener. That's another thing some of us don't know how to do. We don't know how to extract ourselves from what we do. You need to learn to do that if you're going to be posting stuff outside because you are posting sound outside. There are professionals who will listen. There are people who don't know anything who are going to listen.
Yeah.
So put yourself in the ear of someone else, which is why if you are doing serious content, get serious people to work for you. If you can't afford to get people who can work for you, get people who can work with you. Because working for means, you're probably paying a lot. Look for people who can collaborate with you and help you out. Because sometimes you actually don't have to pay. You can just collaborate with someone who can help you treat your sound. And, we are still in the days of trade by barter.
Yeah, exactly.
So the best way to know if your audio is done, content creation, listen to the sound. Listen to the people you need mentors in sound. You need people who shows or content that their sound is on point. Listen to theirs and listen to yours. Are they at par? That will let you know that, okay, you've done a good job. Don't say because I spent 5 hours, you've done the job. No, you might have spent 5 hours doing rubbish. So don't presume, activity does not equate to impact. That you are actively doing something doesn't mean you are impactful.
So let's take this in.
Let me say it again. Activity does not equate to impact. That you are busy doesn't mean you are productive.
They are busybody.
You are just busy. It doesn't mean anything sensible is coming out of what it is that you are doing. So spend time doing the right thing. Treat the audio. Once you know what to do, you will know. It's like jollof rice. How do you know the rice is good enough? First taste. If it's white rice, it's simple. How do you know when to pour the salt? How do you know when the rice is okay? Put the rice in your mouth. It's still hard. So how do you taste audio? Wear it. Upload it. On YouTube, you can upload stuff
and not make it public. Yes.
Go and give it to someone to listen to. And give it to someone who is not an ass-kisser. Don't give it to someone who is crazy about you. They will not tell you the truth. No, give it to someone optional. And don't give it to someone that hates you too. They will just tell you
demoralize you.
They'll demoralize you. Send it to a content creator that does a very good job.
Yeah.
They don't need to listen to the entire thing. They just listen to the audio. Not good enough. Okay, try this. Once you get what you need is a recipe. Once you get the recipe, what's the difference between a chef and a cook? A chef is a custodian of recipes. A chef will tell you, oh, okay, you want shrimp creole. This and this is what you need. He'll give it to you. He doesn't need to be there. If you obey the laws that he has put in place, you get the exact. A cook will have to be there to do it. So how do you know audio is done? Compare it to global standard sound. You know. You know when your audio is whack, and you know when it's good.
I want to say before you start testing your audio to know whether it's done, you must have added the necessary ingredients.
Yeah, you
Mm.
guys say it's jollof and then
Yeah,
it's
so
white.
and it's white.
No. He said, but
Even if
fine.
it's white, you gotta add salt somehow now.
Brotherly,
You gotta,
if the color is still white, it's not jollof.
it's not jollof.
You know, and then you know there's
Wow.
jollof, then there's party jollof.
Jollof. Ah.
So same thing I mean by there's sound and there's sound.
Hmm.
You know.
Okay. So, boss, the comment section is really, really
Wow, it's
buzzing.
buzzing.
So it's buzzing.
Mr. Henessa wants to. He's putting
Okay.
holes.
He said, I love where this thing is going. He said, I have a lot more questions coming.
Fire down, sir. Fire.
Okay, so I wanted to ask, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that I dug out researching about you, which I didn't know before that time, was the lawyer side of you. So that brings us to the creative industry, right?
Okay.
Let's talk about copyright.
Hmm.
Let's talk about copyright because
All right, sir. See that I've shifted here.
because it is really, really, really important. Now that everybody is being very protective of their, in fact, we know that you can actually protect your digital assets and
Yes.
make money from it.
Yes.
So not everybody is allowing you take advantage of their digital assets again because
Yes.
it's their
Yes.
brainchild.
Yes.
So how do we navigate this as a content creator, like getting music for your production? How do you do that? And again, how do you protect your own content?
I've done a lot of podcasts about audio. I think yours is the most intelligent I've ever done. And I'm not saying that to I'm not saying that to hail you. It's the quality of questions you're asking. This area you just pointed at, it's so vast. You know, recently YouTube has changed their laws.
Yes.
Now you can no longer put up AI generated content anymore because they realized it was infringing on so much copyright.
Yes.
Now, if you're someone who needs music all the time for what you do, it will make sense if you get royalty-free music. Now, what is royalty-free music? It means you won't have to pay every single time you use it. The best place, I've used a lot, the best website I'll tell you to go to is Envato Elements. Now, Envato Market, the problem with Envato Market is you have to pay for license every single time. With Envato Elements, you pay $199 for a whole year. And you have access to graphics, video templates,
Premiere Pro, After Effects,
Final Cut Pro, DaVinci. They give you
even
innumerable,
lots,
lots, lower thirds, transition effects. If you want to protect your content. So basically what I do is I have a subscription with Envato. I pay $200 every year. Every time I need to use a sound, because someone will be saying, "But you producer now, why are you going to get sound?" If you know how long it takes to create good sound, you now see the reason why they are making money off of
the ones that are created.
Yes, there are some that I make. There are some I don't have time. Music is something that takes a lot of time and takes a lot of perfecting. I can do it, but if I'm going to be doing content creation, I can't be making music at the same time. So what I do is I pay for a subscription every year and I have access. Now there's something called Clean Track that they just introduced into Envato now. Usually what happens is once you get music, if you want to use it anywhere, you come back, get a license for. So you can use one sound for 40 things, but you have to keep. So take, for example, I have 4 podcasts. Podcast 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I want to use the same soundtrack. If the title of the first podcast is Podcast 1, I'll go to Envato, take that music, and put down what I'm using it for. It's called Podcast 1. Once I put it in there, once I use it, first thing YouTube is going to do is once you upload your video, your YouTube, if you wait, if you are one of those people that takes time and you post properly, once you drop your video, YouTube will go through it and check for any copyright issues. If there's a copyright complaint, they'll tell you it doesn't affect your channel, but you cannot make money
Off it.
off it.
Yeah.
Now, with paying for subscription at Envato, you can make money off of it.
Yeah.
What happens is that your subscription you are paid for covers the duration of time that you're using the sound for. So what you do is once YouTube says, oh, it belongs to this person, or what you do is you go, you grab that link from YouTube, take it to Envato, drop it in there, put the title of the video, they will automatically give you a license. Take that license to YouTube, attach it. In about a day or two, YouTube will remove
The
the copyright appendage on it. Meaning they will tell the owner that this person says they have license. So that time it takes them is to go back to the copyright owner to say there's a claim on this. Yes, license. So handling license is really that simple. Now, how do you protect your content? It's the same way. Now, you can only protect, to be honest, your sound. All your speeches, you really can't protect it per se.
Exactly.
Even your visual content, you can't really. The only thing you can do is grow your brand to a point where you become, who is an influencer? An influencer is not just a person that makes noise or is all over the entire place. An influencer is actually someone who doesn't just follow trends, but is a trend. So, sadly in Nigeria, what we call influencers are not what they call influencers globally.
Yeah.
Global influencers, like people like Mr. Beast, define what is done. Nigerian influencers make a lot of noise and just
follow what is already going on.
They follow what is there and they just make it more popular. So if you grow your brand well enough, brands will come to you and then opportunities will come for you to actually be able to protect your content. Let me use an example. I'm Flo Rocka, right? I have registered my name. So Flo Rocka is trademarked. Nobody in heaven, earth, or hell can use that name, Flo Rocka. It's been registered. That's the name. That's the brand. So everything I do has Flo Rocka stamped on it. So what you need to do, a lot of people get into business and they don't register. You just go to Google, you check, nobody has it, then you run with it. No. If someone runs with it and registers it, you who've been doing it longer, when you get to court to say, well, to be honest, you didn't register it. We acknowledge that you've been using it, but you didn't register it. So whatever it is you do in terms of content creation, for sound, I watch some content. I'm like, it could have been better. But they are going to YouTube to go and get me. Listen, I say this, I know it's going on YouTube, and I really do not care. YouTube will not give you the best music. They just have a bank of music that you can just use for stuff. They don't. YouTube is a streaming platform. It's not a music platform. So there are tons of other platforms. You have Shutterstock and other, but I think of all of them, Envato does a way better job. I've listened to the quality of music they have. You can take. Here's the funny thing. Some people who are going to meet one producer, go there, look for a sound you like.
Yeah. Search
Use
the sound you like and
you will make money off of Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, Boomplay, and the copyright owner will not come after you. Why? You've paid for it already. So I think that's the easiest way to help out with copyright.
And a personal actual experience, my time in Channels Television, this we did during the start of Ukraine war. So there was a footage we used, but that footage was on public domain. Because it was international war. During the time it was on public domain, everybody was using it. So, and then the platform we got it from was a global news sourcing platform.
Oh boy.
That you can always get. So we subscribe to that place. But what happened was, after 2 years, the platform that we got that content from, they have their own license has expired for that content. Another company, there are companies that buy content.
Yes.
They bought those footages and flagged almost every YouTube channel that used it. This wasn't the kind of copyright that YouTube tell you is not affecting your channel. This one is affecting your channel. They gave us 2 copyrights in a day. It was remaining only 1 they will take down Channels TV platform.
You have 2 strikes.
2 strikes in a day at the same time. So, so the thing is that the thing taught me a lot that you are using music that is like free, royalty free. Doesn't necessarily mean
You are
it's going
protected.
to be you are
Which
protected.
is why places like Envato,
Yeah.
if Envato closes down today, nobody has a right in heaven and hell
to
come and claim it from you. Why?
Yeah.
You have something called indemnity, meaning you are being indemnified. That means they have the responsibility of the floor has been taken away from you. You paid, and you see, those files you download that give you license, they are legal tender that says legally you have a right to do this. So if another company comes tomorrow and says they buy over Envato, it's none of your business. You had a legal tender. Now, for channels did not have a legal tender. Channels did not receive any license to do that. That's why they got a copyright strike. So, and with the way YouTube is going, YouTube is protecting content seriously.
Yeah, they are
who would have thought that
content creators?
Yes, and content, because they realize we now live in an era where content creators are making more money. Exactly. They are influential.
Yes.
So you don't want to be caught unaware. You need to protect. As I am Flo Rocka today. Do you know if someone takes a review I did and drop it on their channel without permission? YouTube, first and foremost, this is what I love YouTube's algorithm for. A lot of people don't understand that YouTube is more powerful than the information that YouTube is putting out.
Yeah.
Now, there's a portion in your channel where you can actually see anyone that has used anything out of
the percentage of your content that they have used.
Yes, they store it. So if I go and I see someone has used my video, YouTube gives you room to say, do you want us to warn them or do you want us to flag them? You can tell YouTube, I don't want them to use my content. And YouTube will say, you don't have. So this is what is not replace it.
Yeah.
Take down that content. Yeah. Because the owner, I make music, right? I put my music up on Spotify, Deezer, Boomplay. On YouTube comes to flag my own music and tells me that, Flo Rocka, there is a company.
Flo Rocka through this company.
Yes. This company says they have legal whatever. So I usually have to leave it because that's how I also make money. I'm like, oh, okay, it's my company. Oh, that's fine. I won't give them any issues, So, I mean, copyright that's why I said that the question you asked was very intelligent because a few months from today, some people who are wise will come back and watch this.
Yeah.
And look at that information and say, to be honest, this is the easiest way to protect yourself. You're getting the information for free. You understand?
Yes.
Protect yourself, protect your content. Your content is gold. It may not be shining today. The day to shine, I hope you did the needful.
Exactly.
Lest you just lose all the access you have to it.
Guys, please go into the comment section and thank Mr. Flo. let the comment be bustling.
I think Bello Abayam is asking another question again.
Bello, he said, imagine there's a live band performing, but their speaker output is poor. I want to record clean audio directly from the sound engineer's mixer. How can I capture good quality audio in
God help you, it is a lago place. What you're asking for is multi-track.
Yeah.
They don't do multi-track. Only the ones can
combine them.
Yes. So with that one, let me not lie to you. That's something when I go to weddings and I have to film, I try as much as possible not to collect content audio whilst they are playing. The only thing I do, I record general ambience, so I can use the music in
the environment.
Yes, and the iPhone does a fantastic job, and Samsung too. They do a fantastic job of capturing that ambience. But if you want, do not try getting someone talking while they are making noise. Grab that person to the back and take your content. There's no audio equipment that has been built on the earth that can handle loud sound and someone talking at the same time.
So what I used to do in wedding scenarios, is that, like those moments that the man of God is talking, I like to capture those ones directly, because sometimes,
Yes,
like in
yes.
the Catholic priests, most time you may not have time to go mic them before they come out from where they are. You understand? So
Mm.
without their handheld, I will look for their audio source and plug my Zoom recorder and take
I'm trying to take.
his message.
God
And
help you,
yeah,
their sound is clean.
exactly. That's another thing, because most times you get a sound that is God help you.
I mean, if they pay
So,
you well,
yeah.
you
So
can set up your own
yeah,
sound.
if you have the free will, set up your own. It
Yes,
will
yes. It will say. I mean,
yeah, it will save you a lot.
it will also put a lot of integrity to your sound.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Boss, Mr. Flo is ready for us today. Sure, sure. He's ready for us.
Definitely,
He's ready
definitely.
for us. Okay, so I am going to be asking you some questions.
Yes,
One,
sir.
just like there's a creative side of audio.
Yes.
How does or in what ways can creators use audio to build identity?
You may want to say it again because I think your mouth is
Okay.
away from
Oh,
the
sorry.
microphone. Yeah.
In what way can content creators, use audio to build identity?
Okay. So basically, what you are looking at is a sick tune. That's a very, very good question, because audio identity is like in Nigeria, for example, we have a bank called GT Bank. Now, one thing I love about GT Bank is the fact that if you ask someone, when I say GT, what comes to your mind? You realize the first thing they'll tell you is orange. They don't tell you internet banking. They don't tell you anything about what they do. Now that's branding. So I want to presume that that question is branding, right? So basically, you can brand your sound. For example, the Product Village. When I started out the Product Village on YouTube, I had a signature sound. Now that signature sound, I created it. So for you now, what I would advise you do is go to someone who can create a soundtrack that can last you at least the next 2 years. I think that's like one of the easiest ways that you can brand your sound. Another thing is your workflow. There's a way you can brand your workflow. If you go and watch any video from my Product Village, it's available on YouTube, the Product Village, you realize there is a way I edit. There are sound effects that I use. So when you see my video, you will know that this is from the Product Village. This is Flo Rocka's video. You can actually brand your workflow. You can brand exactly how you work so that when someone sees your content, they can tell. And that's why I said it's very good to use content from places like Envato, because you can then specify, you can actually craft out how you want your sound to be. If you are constantly using different sounds all the time, let me not lie to you, after a while, they are not going to have a brand identity. You are just going to be everywhere. In Nigeria, for example, MTN has a signature tune. They have a color.
Sure.
You have most of the telecommunications companies, Glow and the likes. Glow, if I say Glow, what comes to you?
It's green.
Look, see,
It's green. Yeah.
that's exactly what I'm saying again. Globacom is a telecommunications company.
Yeah.
I said Glow. He didn't say data. He said green. You know why? That's what they have projected the most. So when you see colors now, you're ascribing colors to businesses. So the question you should be asking yourself, I mean, if I say MTN, guess what? Everybody says yellow.
Yeah.
But their services have nothing to do with colors.
Color, yeah.
But it's branding. So you can also brand your sound. You cannot brand your sound without being deliberate. So you have to be very deliberate, be conscious. If you're going to use a sound, use it for a specific purpose and use it for a while. Don't, every time you bring out video, don't keep bringing new sounds. It's going to be difficult to
to master, to get used to.
To get used to, yes.
But so let me ask you, like we are actually in the concluding part of this discussion.
Oh, fantastic.
It's sweet, but I want it to go on for many hours, but we have to allow people to do other things.
Yeah.
So let's talk about AI in
Yeah.
audio, because it is very important. This discussion we're having now, I don't think there should be a discussion in this 2025 about any industry without talking about
AI.
Because just like the time internet became a thing, people were talking about internet. I know this is how they talked about it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about AI. How has it affected your workflow in this? So how are you using AI in your workflow?
AI in my workflow.
Yeah.
Today, one of the reasons why I use AI is not because I need AI. It's become a global tool. And they have to use it creatively. Now, some of the softwares I use now use AI. So, meaning, for example, when I edit audio, for example, there are certain softwares I use. What the software will do is analyze my audio and tell me you have this amount of noise floor in your audio.
Yeah.
You have the amount of hiss in your audio. This is the amount of plosive you have in your audio. What do you want me to do with it? Now, if I don't have knowledge of what he just told me.
So you are dealing with AI based on the knowledge you have.
Yes.
About the audio.
AI is not full or fails. It's not a fail-safe system of working. It's still limited to what you know. Yes. So if I tell AI, if I'm in Premiere Pro, there are some AI products now, apps that can edit for you. It doesn't know how I want it to edit. You can cut for me, but how are you so sure that this shot you cut is the cut I need?
I want.
Truth be told is, I think where the world is going to, how AI is being used is going to change. Why? AI cannot automatically do anything. It does not think for you. It doesn't know. If you use ChatGPT, for example, what it's going to do is information available. It's not going to go and dig out information from information that is hidden. It's only information available on the World Wide Web. That's the database AI operates from, at least the ones that we know we're using.
Yeah.
You have AI now that creates, that can clone your voice and modify it. That's something I'm thinking of doing now. I actually want to get to a point where, because I'm getting so busy, I don't have time to talk. So currently, there's an AI I'm using. This one I'm not going to share. There's a software I'm using, and I'm developing it. It's studying my voice, knowing my nuances, knowing where I pause, where my voice is high, when I'm angry. Apparently, I didn't know you could teach AI your tone and your timbre.
Yeah.
So I'm teaching it to a point where, of course, I won't put it on YouTube because YouTube has now complained that everybody is just abusing AI.
Yeah.
So I can use it in other scenarios where I don't have time to show up. I'll just give it the script. It will read it like I would have read it normally. So I'm using AI intuitively. I'm not using it without my brain. Now you can put stuff online, tell ChatGPT, come up with this.
Yeah.
Don't just take everything it says and because guess what? That's what it's doing for everybody.
And it might not be actually very accurate.
Exactly. Yeah, so you still have, AI cannot replace your brain.
It's deep things, guys.
You still need to engage. What AI would do is reduce your workload by half. You now have, if YouTube starts shutting down, is AI going to complain? There's a particular voice that is popular with AI. There's one guy's voice. I don't know if I can mimic it. The wireless microphone. There's a way it sounds.
Yeah.
We love it, but guess what? It's not human.
It's AI.
someone fashioned it to sound so humane,
Yeah, exactly.
but it's not yours. So look for how AI works for you, but use it creatively.
Actively.
Because there's always the legal backlash. That's what YouTube is bringing up now.
Yeah, exactly. And
There's
other
always-
platforms we follow.
Oh, it's just
will follow
Instagram will
suit.
follow.
Yeah.
You see, I'm afraid for Instagram. I'm afraid because if the AI law comes into Instagram,
A lot of accounts will be shut down.
a lot of accounts will they will shut down.
There
They
are
will shut
AI
down.
influencers now that are
They would. It's like someone who's there's this guy, I forgot his name. He uses filters. If TikTok stops producing those filters, that's the end of his job. Because his filters are based off of the content from TikTok. So if Nigeria goes ahead and bans TikTok like they're planning to, that's the end of that influencer's money. You know?
Boss, Mr. Hanessa came for us today. So then Brabo Ramtina, he said, well done, guys. So he's giving us a thumbs up. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Prabhu. Then Bello Abayomi said, which recorder? So I actually think that any Zoom recorder can serve Bello.
Okay, you mean he's talking about, I think he said he has an H4.
No, he's asking between H4 and the other one. So he's asking which recorder. So this is what he said. He said, which recorder can I go for? This was
Go for the H4n. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it can.
Okay.
What I want you to do is check. No, I think it does. Well, I should be giving you this info. I shouldn't be sending you on message. Yes, it does. Yes, it works. The H4n does a way better job.
Okay, so Bello, you have it. So let me ask, how do you see AI influencing audio mastering or sound cleanup workflows?
AI has been doing mastering for years.
Cleanup workflows in the next few years.
Yes. How do I see? I've been using AI to master for over 4 years. I mean,
see, Hanesa said he's been preparing for you for over a week.
Are you kidding me?
He said I actually have 32 questions.
Jesus is Lord.
We need to close him.
Mr. Henessa, I want to finish us.
Please come to the
come to Camerajoint,
do
Mr.
you think we
Henessa.
should do another live stream just because of you? We don't mind.
If we can get
your questions.
If we can get enough questions,
yes.
we'll do this again.
Yes. That is, if we can get your questions, we can actually do this again based on your questions.
Yeah,
you understand? So other people can ask their questions too. So feel free to drop your questions. We can do this again based on the questions you ask. So don't necessarily need to take all these things.
Samarachi said, be calming down.
So,
boy.
So do you want to touch on the AI in mastering, influencing audio mastering and sound cleanup?
Yeah, it's been. I mean, I master audio, right? And AI tries.
Okay.
It can't replace a human being's ears. But let me not lie to you, man.
It's good.
AI is good. I mean, Flo Rocka uses AI to master, and I'm saying it publicly.
And there's no shame in saying you use AI to master.
I don't understand.
Is your ear?
Yes.
The thing is, so what I
can
think
you
is,
tell?
You can't.
You can't.
The thing is, the final product speaks. Because most people the AI that is available to you is available to everybody.
Of course, it's not exclusive.
Just like the same mic that we are showing everybody.
It's available to everybody. Exactly.
So
exactly.
It's how you use it to produce the results.
Yes. Yes. And another thing is, I think you need to build more on yourself, right?
That's what question I want to. Before you go deep, I want you to take this question, right? You said. You made a comment one day. I said I would bring it up here. And Mr. Henessa, you forgive us. This will be in closing, right?
Okay.
Boss, you said if you have $400 to buy audio. I told you.
That's a very good one. That's a very good one. Very good one.
So
investing wisely.
$400 to buy audio equipment.
Yeah.
That you're going to spend $300 on your brain to acquire the knowledge.
I spent $100 on
$100 on the equipment.
Yes.
I told you it was deep. I said I was going to bring it up. Please. Help us. What is it you were thinking to make this statement?
Okay. Now, the reason I said so is I realized that some people have joy in telling people what they use, but they can't use it well.
And some people have joy in asking people, which equipment did you use?
Did you use?
Instead of asking how, like
How
teach
did,
me how
thank you.
you.
So people are asking the wrong questions. So what I usually advise is, if you want good sound, pay for the knowledge of good sound. Because for how long do you want to keep asking questions? You should get to a point where you understand what you are using.
Because people actually ask me, people will tell me, I want to learn Photoshop. Say, I don't teach Photoshop. It's graphic design. You want to learn? Is it graphic design you want to learn or Photoshop?
That is the wrong. What they are trying to tell you is, I want to learn to design using Photoshop. But so the thing is, if you have $400 and you have the option of buying a microphone, and you have this microphone, let's say maybe this is $100, this is $300, and this is, say, maybe $80.
Yeah, it's not the real price, though, guys.
No. Of course, I'm just making examples. What I would advise you to is listen to the one that is the cheapest, the $80. Can it get the job done? If it can, when you put this up, because it's in two ways. If you put this up and you tell people, oh, in your description, I use the Rode pod mic. If I don't hear the sound, what you wrote is irrelevant. The sound must do justice. So instead of spending $400 trying to get for some people, I understand that we live in a very visual world. Everything is visually driven.
Yeah.
But even with that being said, some people want to look good on set. So they want to use a Shure SM7B. Because that's what it's a status symbol.
Yeah.
But if you check those that are using it, it sounds good.
Yeah.
So if you are using it and we don't like the sound, I mean, I've watched a lot of YouTube videos where somebody's reviewing and people are saying, dude, your sound is bad. Why are you hyping your sound? Your sound is bad. I mean, go and work on your sound. So I'd rather pick something affordable that you can use.
Yeah.
Use the remaining money to educate yourself on sound. When you are done spending $300, $200 on knowledge, the knowledge you now have, use it on any other microphone. So now when you want to pick a microphone, you know what to look out for. You're not saying, Nigerians to say, hey, which one is the best? What kind of question is that? Which one is the best? That the answer will be limited to the person's knowledge.
Exactly.
But when you know that, what I do is I record content at parties, it's usually noisy, and I always do post-production. You know at the back of your head, what you need is a 32-bit float recording system. Okay, I'm recording at home, and I'm just going to post it directly. I'm recording using my phone, I'll go out live. Okay, then you don't need a 32-bit float. You're speaking alone. So you go for a microphone that records 16-bit or 24-bit. You're good to go. You know what I mean? There are a lot of videos we shoot using mobile phone. And people are asking, I remember a lady came to the store and said, oh, she wants to know how to edit this with her. Which camera did we use to shoot? I said, oh, we use the mobile phone. She said, no, now. Which Sony camera did I said, we did not use Sony. In fact, it's sad it's not here. I have my iPhone here and I've been using the iPhone for a long time. Then I met someone who was using the Samsung S23 Ultra. And I was looking at how he was using the phone. And I look at the content from it, I'm like, I know how to shoot now. If I handle this guy's phone, guess what I did? I want to get myself a Samsung 24 Ultra. Do you know I don't shoot on my iPhone anymore? for those who like the hype of iPhone.
If you actually check the recent videos on Camerajoint Instagram,
Yes.
you are going to see those,
all those
videos that he appears.
All those videos
they were
are
shot
shot with mobile phone.
Mobile phone.
None of them are shot using
So-
Sony cameras. So truth be told is, spend more money. Don't show off your gear. Show off your sound.
And show your sound. What you mean by showing off your sound is show off your knowledge of sound.
Thank you. Show off your knowledge of the sound. Don't just have expensive equipment that sounds bad. You understand?
Yeah.
So, for example, I think maybe what we should do is, if you are using a Rode microphone, come to us. We'll teach you how to use your Rode. Our Camerajoint, one thing we are very good at is nobody's going to look down at you and say, you bought this, you can't use it. No, we'll teach you how to use it to the best of its capacity, because these microphones do so well. See this microphone that we're using right now, that we're using to stream? Can you see where I put it? That's because I want presence.
Yeah.
So I'm like this close, right?
Yeah.
I can actually bring the mic this low.
Down.
If I'm doing post-production, it will sound like it's here. It's editing. So we can't overemphasize the need for knowledge. You need to be grounded in your understanding of audio. You don't need to be a master of audio. All you need is to understand the basics. You don't need to be a chef to cook rice. No. You just need to understand the basics of rice. You cannot cook rice without water.
Yeah.
You can decide you don't want to put salt. That's for you. But if it's going to be, that's a very good example, by the way. If you want to cook rice for people, some people don't like salt.
Yes.
In their rice. So don't say I can cook rice and you always put salt. The day you give someone rice with salt, they tell you can't cook rice. You're like, what do you mean I can't cook rice? They say there's salt. And that's your preference. That's what it means when you're global.
Yeah.
You cannot use your preference. You must use a global template. A template that everybody is used to. So knowledge is what I mean. Pay attention to detail. Don't let anything skip you. It's the ABC of my life, not just in audio, even in visuals. I cannot afford to allow a detail go. See, the difference between the poor and the rich is attention to detail. How I know you're poor is not where you live, it's what you know. What makes you poor is not where you live, it's what you have on your inside.
Yeah.
So educate yourself. Don't just go to YouTube. If you find someone who is good at doing this, look for someone who is willing to teach you. Because you can find someone and they don't have your time. Also be willing to invest. Don't just want to collect stuff free. Some people spend years acquiring the knowledge. Be willing to pay for the knowledge. Just pay for what is correct. And I think you'll be fine.
Omo, this is a master class. Like seriously. Boss, you know that most online courses are not up to the hour we have spent.
But what are you talking?
Most full online course.
It's just that Nigerians sometimes, I think we still have a bit of slavery mentality. We still think if it's not coming from someone that is white.
Yeah.
As a Christian, you are not listening to Jesus directly. You are listening to people's experiences of Jesus.
Yeah.
And it's working.
And you are believing and it's working.
Exactly. So it's the same thing. Look for people who have the knowledge and be humble enough. The person who was using I'm talking about Paul. Paul is not a cinematographer. But I see how he uses his phone. And I'm like, Haba, if I use this phone, I would do better. I have no regret. I remember shooting and someone was asking me, boss, are you using a Samsung to shoot? I said, yes. He said, don't use the iPhone. I said, yes. He said, why not use the iPhone? I said, because the iPhone is not going to give me what I want. He said, but I thought iPhone, I said, I use my iPhone for other things. But the Samsung there are days the iPhone is one that will get the job done.
Yeah.
I can tell you confidently today, if you're a content creator, I want to be using your phone, I will recommend Samsung to you. Fantastic job. It saves you stress, especially if you don't like post-production. Just grab it, shoot with it, use CapCut and touch it.
Boss, right now that we are talking about audio, let me pick one question from Hannes. I said, how is the rise of mobile content influencing the way we should think about audio mixing?
the fact that you are using content on your phone doesn't mean you can't mix the sound. You can.
And it doesn't mean that you shouldn't pay attention.
Yes, I mean, there's a question here that even answers that
Okay.
question. Mr. Henessa, I said that's the reason why he went for a Rode Pod mic, not the USB.
Okay.
He said, had the job done. He said, spend the rest on learning post-production and Procaster. Does he get the job done? Is the best question to ask. So truth be told is, if you are serious about your sound, be serious about your gear. Anybody who wants to use Rode, I bet follow Rode well. Stay for Rode.
Sabi Rode.
Yeah, make sure. Give it to me, man. If you are going to use Rode, make sure say you Sabi Rode.
Yes.
Rode has a fantastic ecosystem. The Rodecaster Duo. Hey, Jesus. Kai.
Guys, by the way, we are supposed to use it today here and connect our sound before we connect it finally to the Rodecaster
caster video. But the Rodecaster video actually does a fantastic job.
But we route all our sound to the Rodecaster video. And the 3 cameras are also routed into this place.
Yeah.
And everything we are doing is here. So, and I'm mixing it. Everything you're seeing, I'm mixing it while we are talking, and it's nice.
Yeah. So I mean, if you are going to use Rode, like Mr. Henessa, if you want to take your audio to the next level, just go and lay your hands on Rodecaster Duo. It's expensive, but it can stay with you for the next 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think it's nice. So just a side note, on this Wednesday, we have a Rode representative coming to the studio.
You mean next week?
Yes, next week
Wednesday.
Next week, please. We have a Rode representative coming here to the studio to talk to us about this Rode caster video, right? There is going to be live demo, live setup, live question and answer. You know, so every question that you have, you are going to be able to ask it, and someone from Rode, not us. I know we know about it, believe us. Well, someone from the
We've
factory.
made reviews about it, but it's good when the manufacturer is the one that actually tells you
about it.
Yeah, about it.
Yeah, so there might be some screws that we have not discovered. So they will be able to find it out and tell you about it. So make sure you tune in. If you follow us on social media, the designs and the promo videos should be up. If not up, it will be up very soon. So set your date for Wednesday, 10 a.m., right? So, and that would be amazing. So guys, thank you so much. I want us to, put in the comment section, thank you, Mr. Flo Rocka. Let's thank him, guys. This is amazing.
And Mr. Henessa, it would be nice for you to actually come to Camerajoint.
He said he's in Abuja.
You should come to Lagos.
He said, I'm in Abuja.
He's in Abuja.
He said, if not, I would have come to the studio the next.
Oh, wow. Please, when you're in Lagos, visit us.
Please, whenever you are in Lagos, visit us. I hope you know our office in Abuja. Mr. Hanessa, we have office in Abuja. So make sure you go to our office in Abuja. Any question you have, we can relate, So thank you, guys. And whenever we come to Abuja, always make sure that you also come to wherever we are.
And please feel free to send your questions. We'll just make a video about it and put it up on the Camerajoint YouTube channel.
Yeah. Mr. Hanessa said he has several questions, but he's going to chat us up on Instagram. So we actually look forward to getting your questions on Instagram. We'll make videos and drop it. And then, what video do you think me and my boss should do next? How do you think? Okay, so number one, the one you mentioned that we do outdoor podcast.
Yes.
We do the live.
Yes, so we actually do. Yes, we'll record the behind the scene and have a podcast outside.
So that people will see that this is how it's done.
And guess what? Yeah. We can even take it a step further and invite people to come.
Guys, if you want to be part of this, please.
Yes, guys, if you want to be part of the next podcast we want to make,
yes,
feel free to, especially if you're a content creator and you want knowledge.
Yes.
Please come. We will set up in front of you. You can ask 1,000,001 questions. We'll set up, we'll record. And if you even want to feature, we can bring you in.
Yeah, we can actually give you mic and be live. We can do the live BTS.
Yes.
And then later put up the content that we recorded.
The video itself.
Yeah, video itself.
Yes.
After mastering and mixing so that you look at it again.
Mr. Enesa said, me and Abuja office people are parties.
Oh, great, great, great.
That's good. That's
Thank you
good.
so much, guys. We've had Mr. Flo. One last word, because this is how they usually say it in podcast. I'm not your usual I'm not your usual podcast host. So what last word do you have to tell, especially beginners? I mean, no, the people that have asked us questions seems to be like knowledgeable in the audio, this thing, but for beginners, what word would you like give them in parting?
Okay, for a beginner, I think I want to share a few tips with you. One, pay attention to detail. Do not play with details. Two, invest in knowledge of what you do, not just general knowledge. Three, invest in yourself, right? And then number four, be knowledgeable about what you do very, very well. Don't just compare yourself to what other people are doing, or compare the things you are doing with somebody else. Understand you better. And then finally, only buy what you need. Do not buy what is trending. Buy what works for you. And I think with that, you'll be fine.
Guys, we do not need any other. You've heard it. This is the revelation of the whole matter. This is the conclusion of the whole scripture.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is the end of the matter.
So thank you. So Mr. Hanessa dropped. Mr. Hanessa have been like a very Mr. Hanessa, Abayomi, Princess Amarachi.
Yes, especially these people. Honestly, want to say thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
The three of them were very engaging.
Yeah. So Mr. Hanessa said next video should be recording gear, both setup, BTS live gear recommendation, and why this
gear or that gear.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic! So we'll do it.
Yeah,
we'll do it.
Thank you.
That's even wide.
Yeah,
pretty wide.
Yeah,
we'll do it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Like we said, there's no other. We are not keeping you any further. So thank you for being part of this Camerajoint. Create with Camerajoint. This is episode 1, series 1, episode 2. The last episode we brought in a photographer and he shared a lot of knowledge. So you can go to our YouTube channel, just go to the live segment and you watch it, right? Now, in the next episode, I'm bringing so guys, I'm letting you know my audio from now henceforth will be better. Please hold me by that. It will be better. And I'm learning. While he was talking, I was learning. I was learning a lot. So what I was saying is, we are bringing a cinematographer next, and this guy is one of the guys that shoots some of the major commercials we see in Nigeria. So yes, so he's going to be here. I'm not going to share his name first, but believe me, he's a big fish in the cinematography space and he's doing great. So he's going to come here in the studio and we talk about several things. And again, there's an event cinematographer that is coming that shot one of these trending wedding this year, this Yabo Joe's daughter.
Oh, yeah.
So I saw that guy. I was like, will you be willing to come? He said, sure. So he's going to come. So this we have a lot of. So we have an event cinematographer that will be joining us soon. We have a commercial cinematographer that will be coming soon. This knowledge, and then we have the one you guys have recommended that we do in partnership that we'll be doing. So this is going to be great going forward. So this is just the beginning. Start sharing this link to a lot of people, as many people as possible. And thank you so much for being part of this. Right? And God bless you. God bless you really good. I wanted to recommend that we at least give the best 3 people that have been commenting here gift. So Mr. Hanessa, Princess Amarachi,
that sounds like a good idea.
And Abayomi, kindly chat us up on our Instagram channel at Camerajoint. So we'll take it up from there. Thank you so much. God bless you and see you in the next in the next
podcast.
Create with Camerajoint. That will be episode 3, and it's going to be
Yeah.
amazing. And a point again, boss, we forgot to mention, September 1st, our mega sales will start. And
True.
And some of these gadgets, you are actually going to get them on a fantastic
The prices will be way cheaper.
Way cheaper.
That's our own Black Friday.
Yeah, that is our Black Friday. So
Yeah.
you better.
Some of these gears that we're talking
Yeah.
about, this will be your best
time to
actually get them.
So start prepping yourself and start telling people about it, right? So yeah, guys. And if there's any other thing you want us to talk about, always feel free to let us know. So thank you and God bless you, boss. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is wonderful.
No shaking. I had fun, man. I had fun.
Thank you, guys, and God bless you.